Let's get it poppin'.
Let's do it.
Welcome to another episode of The Other Side of Vegas. I'm your host, Roy Evans.
Bruno Browning.
And you guys ought to know where we are right now.
By now.
You know, coming to you from the one-stop DJ shop with none other than Unfiltered Soul, Rob Alahn and Doug W.
All right.
Yes, sir.
Before we get into these two gentlemen that we all come to know and love, May 1st, Carlos Sanchez and Personal Touch, getting it in with Purple Disco Machine at Commonwealth. Get on that. But also coming up end of April, Tortured Soul, Downtown Cocktail Roll.
Sexy.
With none other than Unfiltered Soul. These gentlemen right here. Before we get it in, I want to big up my man Noah Ray from Ambrose Banana Whiskey. Bumped into him, what was that, last week?
Yeah.
At an event. Another shout out to Jessica Hawling from St. Jude's. Congratulations to you on Top 40 Under 40.
That's right.
That's where it's at.
That's hot.
And I didn't get to try this at the event.
I did.
Hey, let that be a lesson to you, Don Julio. Get your name mentioned all proper like.
All proper lie.
I ain't mad at you. I ain't happy either. Thank you kindly.
Yeah, and actually, and
Oh, there's the other glass.
and Noah's good people too.
I think that's a short shot.
You drink like me.
Yeah, that's a short shot, right?
This one?
Yeah.
Okay.
I say that though. I mean, I can do this one once.
Well,
I'll take both of these, right?
so you enjoyed it?
Gentlemen,
That's pretty good.
Yamas, air.
Wi-Fi?
You know, Wi-Fi. She said Wi-Fi. She said that. Man, you're full.
okay.
That tastes like a very ripe banana.
Yeah.
My goodness, that's boy. You get tore down drinking that.
And they use real ones too.
Real quick.
And for the long haul.
Yeah. Slide down.
Yes, sir.
Slide down.
That's all you, player.
I've been wanting this for a minute.
The long-awaited, highly anticipated.
Yep.
Oh, Lord
Fly.
have mercy. Y'all go ahead and continue.
They need a moment.
Torture soul,
Right,
yada, whatever. Buy your tickets. I got mine.
That's right. Go ahead and check out.
Lord have mercy.
Speaking of which, where can they get them tickets from?
Eventbrite.com. If you go to any of our social media, you'll find the link to the Eventbrite event page where you can purchase tickets. I think that right now, as it stands, we only have one VIP package left. We have a few seated reserved seats left, and then we have general admission is what we have the most of left. But everything else is moving nicely. So.
The good thing is so intimate that all seats are gonna be good.
That's the thing. I think that what we're trying to do here is trying to bring something to Vegas that it's been done on the Strip, but we haven't seen anything of this magnitude. Certainly a downtown cocktail room, and for these guys to come out, you know them. They're a festival band, play all over the world, huge crowds, big audiences, and we wanted to try and do something very intimate. They do play smaller venues in LA and in cities all over the country, actually. But here in Vegas, this is going to be the most intimate place you could ever see them. Not going to be a bad place to see them anywhere in the house. They're really going to get it in, and they're going to hang out afterwards. They're not just coming to play, do their set, and then they're out of here.
Yeah.
They're going to come, do their thing, get it in. We're going to open the night, then they'll come on, play, do their set, and then after that, we're all going to hang out and have a good time. So I would highly encourage you, if you haven't gotten your tickets, to get them. If you have gotten your tickets, really appreciate that. Thanks for the support. We're looking forward to having an amazing night and setting Vegas on fire.
The one thing I'll add, because obviously, if you plan on going, you'll get your tickets.
Yes, sir.
But the other caveat is that even though there may be more of general admission joints left, there is a cap on the tickets.
Oh, that yeah, definitely. What are we selling? No more than.
We're selling no more than 100 tickets.
Yeah, that's it.
In a combination of standing, seated, And then you have the
Yeah.
VIP section.
That's overflow, isn't it?
Yeah, so if you're trying to wait to show up the day of, we will respectfully have to turn you away. So I can't encourage people enough. If you're thinking about it, don't think about it. Pull the trigger.
Yes.
Pull the trigger.
Exactly. I mean, it's not one of those, trying to get you to do something like this ain't no ploy,
No, stay at home if y'all want to see some good stuff.
And the only
Dummies?
The only reason I stress it is because most spots, it's not really an issue.
Right.
Not only do we plan on having a great event, we plan on it going through its entirety, which means that this is an intimate venue. That's the capacity. That's how many tickets there are. You either got yours or you don't.
Or you don't.
It's special.
Yeah.
It's special.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, it's the catalyst is just how much room there is.
Right.
Exactly.
It's not, ain't no ploy,
Right,
no
yeah.
trick, or nothing.
We'd love to sell 1,000 tickets.
Exactly.
Can't be done.
Can be done, right?
Cannot be
Like
done.
some more flan.
This will also give you an opportunity to be on the floor with Tortured Soul as they
Yeah.
play, right there on the dance floor with them. So
Don't
this
touch
is-
the gear.
don't-
Yeah, please don't touch
be
it.
that
Yeah,
person.
Yeah, don't be that dude.
Don't be that person. Casey, I got so much respect for Casey. He has to deal with that kind of nonsense on a regular basis.
On the
People
regular,
come by
yeah.
and, play on the bongo
Yeah.
and all, the conga and all that.
Guilty.
But, yeah. Well, okay.
It's your night. You're paid if you can do it.
If you 3+, then you can handle yours. Then all right.
Infinity War.
But yeah, I not only am I personally, thoroughly looking forward to it because I'm in the know. I know who they're bringing out.
Yeah.
So that's easy peasy for me. But
You're going to have a good time. If you don't know, you should come check it out.
Yeah.
if you don't know, but you happen to see this video, it would behoove you to learn something.
Yeah.
Or experience something, which could lead to you learning something. I'm not saying that it's, the end all be all, but it's going to be a great time. And you just, it's almost annoying how many times we hear, oh man, I missed it. Yeah.
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 Now, if you could go from Las Vegas to San Diego or Los Angeles to see Tortured Soul, with airfare or car fare, what have you, and then the price of the ticket, and then coming
Hotel.
back and hotel. What we've done, we cut all of that out. We got Tortured Soul right here in Vegas. All you got to do is catch Uber or just drive right down the street. You see them up close and personal at the downtown cocktail room, and
Which is a good point because I've done it
Yeah.
twice.
Well, see, we talk about this all the time on the
And
show.
I did it twice in the span of 2 weeks.
yeah.
Great.
I went to San Diego, then I went to LA.
Yeah, you're great. Well, we always talk about people bringing more stuff to the table, like, pumping the city, and that's
Yeah.
what you guys are doing.
Yeah.
And that's what's that's the best part, as far as I'm concerned. I mean, Tortured Soul. That's a known thing. If but the fact that you guys are doing this it's nothing but good. It's nothing but good.
Appreciate that.
I mean, seriously,
Appreciate
because we need that. We need more of that.
Yeah.
More of that.
And the thing is, we're willing to put in the hard work and take the risk to make that happen.
Yeah.
Because we believe in it that much.
And it's the
Absolutely.
risk,
Yeah, for sure.
because this town's crazy.
Yes. Yes, it is.
See people balk at $2 entry fee.
Yes.
Yep.
How much
For
for
sure.
one rib? How
For
much
sure.
for one song?
For sure.
Yep.
And and I think that the thing there too is that and that is worth mentioning, because I think that there's some places out here, it's economy of scale for one, but then it's the caliber of the talent too. And I think that to have a band that's that well known, that's that well versed, and has that much energy in their sets, sitting right in front of you,
Yeah.
that's a different ticket. That's not a $2 ticket.
No.
And then to know that you're not going to be there fighting with 900 other people to try and get a look. There's not going to be more than 100 people in there.
Yeah.
Right.
This is not possible.
Yeah.
Right.
So I think in terms of value, all the boxes get ticked.
Value and safety.
Yeah, well, there's definitely
Well, one thing I'll add to that, because I get that value is relative. If you don't really have the wherewithal to see why we consider there being value in this, it's a teachable moment.
Yeah.
at the very least, you get to see not just why we consider it valuable, but at the same time, you get to diversify your palette. If you're not, because obviously, if you don't know what Tortured Soul is, then you need to learn something. And
Don't admit that to my face.
At the very least, it's worth that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because granted, after this show, I'm telling you, at 100 overall, you ain't got much time. you know. So if you're on the fence, you already really
Behind
close
the
to
A-ball.
being too late.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, not unfortunately, because it can be a struggle to play a part in teachable moments. In other words, these cats, they could have gotten Joe Schmo headliner. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's a reason why it's Tortured Soul and not. I'm not, going to belittle anybody by naming somebody else's name.
Right.
Quite possibly very good DJs, but well known as far as ensuring that you recoup your costs.
Correct.
You could have gone the easy route.
Correct. Correct.
In fact, our first outing with this was with Ultra Nate and Lisa Moody, the Deep Sugar crew. And, for those who know, Ultra Nate is not only a DJ, but she's a performer. She had hit records, huge in the 90s, still doing records with Terry Hunter and a couple other people. And she's touring like crazy all over the United States with these things. So this was something that Rob and I, we discussed and said, you know what, that would be somebody to get down here because no one would have thought of Ultra Nate.
We're trying to add to the body of work here. I think that, like before we came on camera, we were talking about Groove Society and some of the other things that were, not Groove Society, House Music Society, I apologize. Groove Society is my boy Diaz Funk in Chicago, which we'll be playing in April. 18th and 20th.
Well,
Get your tickets.
Hey, we cover Vegas. Vegas is covering blanket in Chicago pretty tough. In a row, bam, bam, bam.
That was so slick what you did.
But
I didn't mean to say Group Society, but while we're on that subject,
but no, Gino Lapinto and the guys that.
Vegas Alliance. What was the other gentleman? Michael Fuller.
Yeah. So a lot of those cats were doing things here when house music was on the Strip and very well appreciated and accepted. And we've kind of gotten away from that a little bit.
Yeah.
Definitely on the Strip, we've gotten away from it.
But
one of the things that is and what I love about, I'm just going to toot my own horn here for a little bit, at DCR, is DCR opened its doors on house music and kept it that way. Never changed formats, never abandoned the concept, never did anything untoward. Appreciate that. So in that respect, I also have to say that when we made the movie, a long time ago, we started with like Stacey Kidd and a couple other cats that we knew, and then we kind of just kept it moving. We've had Cordell Johnson's another big Chicago DJ out here. We've done some work with
Keith Shockley
just blessed us.
Lenny Fontana.
Yeah, so we wanted to move it in a direction that was, for us, it's about still trying to stay creative and passionate about what we do. And so, we did the live streaming thing. We're doing the whole brand thing with Unfiltered Soul. And so for us, the next obvious place to go is really just trying to bring talent and a vibe back to the city, in a place in the city that could appreciate and enjoy it, where it's a really good fit. And so with the support of Michael Cornwaith, the owner there at DCR, we were able to move in this direction. And we're really hoping that, we know everybody appreciates it, but we really hope everybody supports it so we can continue to do something along this magnitude.
Make it viable, because it has to make sense.
Right.
Eventually, it has to make sense.
Right, and we've said, Doug and I have said that there is a market for this, that there is an appetite for this, and we put our heart and soul into it, and we're just trying to prove the naysayers that are all over the world that think that Vegas is sold out to EDM or whatever the rumors are, that's just not real. You know, there's an underground scene here, and it truly is underground because people mistake it all the time for something else.
Right.
Well, both those things can be true.
Correct.
Because there's two Vegas. There's two
Yeah.
different
Oh,
Vegas.
that's true.
One
Definitely.
might say there's another side of Vegas
That there is.
available for bookings and do it.
That was
That was smoother.
that was yes.
That was smoother than me.
There is another side to Vegas. That was good.
More flan for that dude.
Right. Stat.
You know, and then, you know, just going along with that, you know, with the things like the other side of Vegas, groups like the Club Soda movement,
Yeah.
you know, Unfiltered Soul, you know, the whole, what is it, the place that you guys, with Tony.
Mantra.
Mantra, and then there's also what you and Tony are doing over at Oddfellows.
Oddfellows.
You know,
Akaika doing his tempo.
Akaika
thing.
at the
After
Phoenix
hours,
place.
yeah.
Yep.
There's just pockets, man.
Yeah.
There's pockets
Yeah.
of little
Yeah.
groups, man.
But it's a unified front. You know, we're all trying to promote this thing called house in all of its entirety. So it's the more we do it, the more we get out there, the more we bring acts like what Club Soda is doing, what we're trying to do.
Yeah.
You know, we're definitely making a statement. So
Speaking of unified fronts, I just want to big up. I'm not going to name any names, but I want to big up my house community in general for St. Jude's for National Siblings Day. St. Jude's has one of the only, I'm not sure if it's in the nation or in Vegas, programs that ensure that siblings in foster care get to see each other on a regular basis, and that's big. You know,
That's huge.
so big ups to them for doing that. Comes to unified front and, you know, community being more than just I don't know what they call that, like plur and you know.
Man, don't say blur.
You know, it's more than that. If you're not out in the community, then you're not really of the community. So when it comes to that kind of stuff, when it comes to people putting themselves out, whether it be monetarily, taking a chance and taking a risk on something and hoping the community will support them, to the community needs support and people coming together and coming out and doing that. Big ups to my peoples for that. From Ikaika,
Right.
you know, to Unfiltered Soul, you know, to Music for the People, Tony Comfort, you know, myself repping the other side of Vegas. You know what I mean? Like our support is it transcends house music. You know, it becomes like community in the actual truest sense of the word, just people. And that's what it's all about.
I have no idea what you're talking about right now.
Support your people. You know, regardless of what they do. And that's another thing about when it comes to support. You don't have to like house music.
That's true.
Not to support.
You don't have to like house music. You know, if you dig that person as a person and they putting themselves on the line, support has to manifest itself in a certain way.
Yeah.
You know, and attaboys only go so far.
Support the action or the person. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, and in that respect, we've been, you know, pretty fortunate. We've enjoyed the support of this community, and we've enjoyed the support of the other side of Vegas, and a lot of the pieces of the puzzle, house music puzzle here in Vegas, and we just, you know, want to continue to do our part to add something of value to the scene here, so that people, no matter if they're local, if they're coming from out of town, they get to understand what's really going on, because the other reality is true, but on the Strip, but there is something else to do.
Well, it's an anchor spot too. Like
Correct.
everyone has all the different groups. Like, you know, so many times people give me a call and they're, you know, I know people wherever different scenes. Like they come to Vegas and someone will point in my direction. If it's a Friday night, I tell them that this is one place to go.
There it is.
You know,
Good luck.
that's where you need to go. If
Good luck.
you want real house music, that's it. So if we got these little pockets of groups doing these things, that just makes us all look good as a city, as a scene, which, you know, it's not always easy.
No.
It's not always easy.
But it is well deserved, because when it's all said and done, look, if they were whack, I wouldn't be sitting nobody down there.
Oh, dude.
So I mean, I can love them
Hell
to death, and I can add a boy and I can buy a ticket, but I'm not going. And I mean, that's the thing about it, that all of this is just a byproduct of cats, solid people putting in work.
That's right.
You know, I'm not sending people just because that's an option.
Mm-mm.
You know, if it's not a viable option, then hey, look, man, I don't know what's going on tonight.
Yeah, because if it's whack, now I'm not vouching for whackness. Now that's taken away from
Right,
my
no, I get it.
That's just grown folk business. But with that said, no need to put it on your calendar, because if you buy a ticket, you won't forget it.
That's the truth. That's the truth.
But it is April 26th,
There
on
it
the
is.
Friday.
Right.
Yeah, and if you try and buy a ticket on the 26th, it's probably too late.
Yep.
That's not going to work. And if we do sell out, which is our hope, then there's not going to be any way to let you in at the door because
Not cash at the door. We can't do it.
Can't do any of that. Can't slide you in on the side.
No mechanism
Can't
for
slide
that.
you in. Right. There's no mechanism. And while we're on the subject, we have many friends in this town. We have a lot of people who love us. A lot of people support. There will
Be no guest list tonight.
yeah. That's
Can't do it. In fact,
can't do
I'm
it
buying
for
my girl ticket. That's our
That was
real
my
list.
policy. The second Sunday, I was like, no, y'all need to pay too.
Yeah.
Yep. Now, my son, who is turning 21, Kyle, I asked him, what do you want to do for your birthday? And he says, Dad, I want to come out and see Tortured Soul. And I was like, bet.
Wow.
I will
That's a
buy
cool
you a
kid.
ticket.
You're hella old. That's a cool kid.
I will buy you a ticket.
That's hot.
That's where it's at.
Yeah.
That's
That's
hot.
Hey,
what's up.
I get them young, man. I get them
What's
young.
up?
What you got coming up, Bruno?
Come on.
No pork sandwich.
I got Chicago in the line. Yeah. You know, I got some things. Got it. I got some bangs.
And also, if you haven't yet, and you're still curious, there's still a little bit of time to get up on West Coast Weekender.
Yes, sir.
Get your tickets.
What's the date?
That is actually, you know,
Cinco
what?
de Mayo week.
It made. No, I'm kidding. It's not too late. It's
Getting close.
Cinco de Mayo weekend, and I think
We're
they're.
getting close.
Well, day passes don't matter as much for us. But if you want to come out from Vegas for a day, hey, it's up to you. But if you need more info, you can inbox me, or I'll throw a link in the description for West Coast Weekender. Other than that, every Friday, DCR, Downtown Cocktail Room, Unfiltered Soul, Rob Alahn, Doug W. Get in where you fit in.
Casey Andrew on percussion.
Oh, yeah.
First Fridays we have
Christina
Marie also putting in work. So it's definitely a good time. Definitely a good time.
I actually got that right last time. I said Marie. I didn't say Christina, though. It's close enough.
I know what you're doing.
Should we talk about Chicago?
Yeah, we if we have a minute to do another shameless plug for
Please
the
do.
second time, our boy Diaz Funk, aka Stevenson Roberts, has got us invited out to play a couple of dates in Chicago. We're playing Celeste, Chicago. We're playing a disco. I think that's on the second floor. We'll be doing that on the 18th. That's Thursday.
Thursday the 18th.
And then on the 20th, we're at Bordel.
That's like the most improved DJ ever.
Yeah.
Me being me, the second time he played Nacho's house somewhere, I came up to him. I was like, "You the guy that played?" I said, "Man, you were terrible when I first started." He's like.
Cut.
No, listen. So afterwards he started laughing. He goes, I didn't have CDJs. I said, man, that's a bold move coming down. He goes, man, I appreciate you telling me that. I'm like, listen,
I'm gonna tell you something about that. People in Chicago, and I know tons of people in Chicago, they're sleeping on Stevenson because Stevenson is putting in work.
He's good now.
And I'm telling you, he is good. And I'm not just saying that to blow smoke up his skirt. Dude is on point. He stays in our crates though, but he's still on point. But he's,
He met us. He met us actually through when we were doing DCR on Wednesday nights, and we were broadcasting live.
Yep.
I forgot you guys actually did that on Wednesday night.
Yeah. And we were at NAMM that year.
Yeah.
And he runs into us down there, and he goes, "You know what?" He goes, "You guys are from Vegas." I go, "Yeah." And he goes, "Well, I listened to a show that's broadcasting on Wednesday night, and I'm looking at this dude like, are you kidding me right now? I'm that dude. There's the other dude right there." And ever since then, that dude was glued to our hips. Man.
He's a cool cat.
So we stayed in touch. Now, he was basically a musician at that time.
For sure, definitely.
He wasn't even
Bonafide
DJing at that time. And this was what? That was maybe
That was
6
years
years
ago.
ago?
He wasn't DJing the first time he came and tacos a bear either.
Yeah.
This dude is brutal.
But listen, that's a compliment because he got his shit.
He got it
He
together,
came
man.
back.
Definitely on point.
And
He's
he
on point.
I didn't believe the same guy.
He's
He
on point.
wowed me.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm like,
And by the way, this is not a sync button. This is not anything.
That's right.
This is
This
him,
dude is
raw
hands
dog.
on, doing it, walking
Yeah.
the dog. walking the dog for sure. So,
Man, CDJ's got sing buttons. He off.
but he's I'm telling you,
I went up there and saw. I was like, "Hey, man, stop! Move your
Dice
hand.
Funk,
Move your hand."
you're the truth, man. You're doing it.
Yeah,
You're doing it.
he's handling his
You're doing
business.
it.
He didn't
You're
come see
doing
me play when I was there last time in Chicago. That's a whole other story. I don't know why. Damn,
But that is what it's about, though. It's not really. I get it. Sometimes, like, if you were to take any portion of what we say, it could sound like some get off your lawn, off my lawn kind of thing. You know what I mean? And it's really, really not about that. Choose, if that's all you have the energy to take away from it, then that's on you, regardless. So I mean, that's no slight. It is a compliment, because that's what we're about. We're about growth. We're about seeing cats come up. You know, the history of this entails stories of I remember when. You know, and look at you now. So big ups to Stevenson.
much love.
For sure, definitely.
Absolutely. April 26th.
Torture
Torture
Soul.
Soul, downtown cocktail room. Get in where you fit in.
Doors open at 8 o'clock. And by the way, we have, as Rob stated earlier, we have one VIP package left. And I know some people saw the price and it was like, well, wait a minute now, what is that? So the price is $4.99, but what that gets you is a party of 6 VIP seating with a complimentary punch bowl.
Yeah.
So that's all inclusive. So make sure we got one left. We sold one the first night we launched the event.
Sold it that night.
And so we got one more to sell, and then a couple of general admissions and some of the seated tickets. They're going fast, so they're going. Trust me. All right.
So we will see you there if you dare.
That's right.
Until the next time, appreciate your time. And please remember there's no peace without unity.
Or flawn.
There's that too.
Or so.
That's right. Wheels came off.
Until the next episode, I appreciate you. I'm your host, Roy Evans.
Bruno Browning.
And this is the other side of Vegas. Until next time. Peace.